How can you as a musician improve your skills and talent? Is there a good answer to the question, how can I get better? In this video, we'll find out. Hi, I'm Tommy Darker, each week bringing to you actionable lessons to apply in your music career today, inspired by popular books. This week, we'll examine The Little Book of Talent by Daniel Coyle. This video is ideal for every musician who wants to improve skills, whether it's playing an instrument or doing business or strengthening the creative muscle. In short, The Little Book of Talent can teach you how to nurture excellence using easy to implement yet scientifically proven field-tested methods. Now, we'll skip the 160 pages of the book and we'll jump into the 12 actionable tips to apply today in your music career, inspired by The Little Book of Talent. More links and resources at the end of the video. Let's start with the basics. 1. We all possess talents. 2. We're unsure how to develop those talents to their full potential. Usually, you discover your talent through sheer luck by trying out an experience or activity, or by simply getting mesmerized by a high-performing person or group. For example, it could be your first live music performance or an extraordinary achievement by a musician you admire. This is called ignition, which makes the unconscious mind go, I could be them. Without further ado, let's explore 12 tips which could help you be them, or become better than them. Actionable lesson 1. Steal without apology. We hear that talented people are skillful because they follow their natural instincts. That sounds nice, yet it's bullshit. All improvement in any skill comes through absorbing and applying new information. And the best source of information is top performers. So, steal it. Stealing has a long tradition in arts, sports and design, where it often goes by the name of influence or inspiration. But it is important. To be a top stealer, focus on specifics, not on general impressions. Capture concrete facts like the exact shape and tension of a singer's lips as she hits that high note, the exact body language when someone negotiates a deal, or the flow of energy of a live performer on stage that makes the audience go nuts. Ask yourself, what are exactly the critical moves here? And how do they perform those moves differently than I do? And there you go. You've just become a thief. A good kind of thief. Actionable lesson 2. Buy a notebook. It is no lie. A high percentage of top performers keep some form of daily performance journal, planning and reflecting. A notebook works like a map. It creates clarity. Get a notebook and carry it with you all day. Fill it with ideas as they come. What matters is not the precise form. What matters is that you write things down and later you reflect on them. It could be results for today, ideas for tomorrow, goals for next week, mistakes to improve. Ask yourself, where can I buy a fucking notebook? Alright, that's cool. Actionable lesson 3. Pick a high-quality mentor or coach. To begin with, avoid someone who reminds you of a kind waiter. If they try to make things go smoothly with a minimum effort, saying things like, don't worry, no problem, we're gonna take care of this later, they're terrible to have as a coach or mentor. Instead, seek someone who scares you a little. With great mentors, we have feelings of admiration and respect, and often a little bit of fear. This is a good sign. Look for someone who watches you closely, is action-oriented and is honest, telling you the truth about your performance in a clear language. In other words, seek someone who gives short, clear directions. Most mentors do not give long lectures. They give you short, unmistakably clear directions guiding you to a target. Finally, seek someone who loves teaching fundamentals. Great teachers will often spend entire practice sessions on one seemingly small fundamental, like how you play a single note on the guitar or how you articulate that certain word when singing. Because they know these fundamentals are the core of your skill. A quick note here, other things being equal, pick the older person. Teaching is like any other talent. It takes time to grow. Actionable lesson 4. Before you start, figure out if it's a hard skill or a soft skill. Hard, high-precision skills are actions that are performed as correctly and precisely as possible every time, like playing a song on a guitar or singing in tune. Hard skills are all about ABC, always being consistent. Soft, high-flexibility skills, on the other hand, are all about being agile and interactive, recognizing patterns and making smart, timely choices. like negotiating a deal or interacting with an audience. Soft skills are all about the 3 R's: reading, recognizing, and reacting. Ask yourself, do I need to be 100% consistent every single time? This is a hard skill. Or do I need to recognize patterns selecting one optimal choice? This is a soft skill. And then go read the full book. It tells you how to improve both hard and soft skills. Actionable lesson 5. Break every move down into chunks. Chunks are to skills what the letters of the alphabet are to language. Alone, they're useless. Combined, they can build something complex and beautiful. No matter what skill you want to learn, the pattern is always the same. See the whole thing, break it down into its simplest elements, master them individually, put them back together, and then repeat. Ask yourself, what is the smallest single element of this skill that I can master? And how do small chunks combine into bigger chunks? Actionable lesson 6. Choose 5 minutes a day over 1 hour a week. Small, daily practice snacks are more effective than once a week long hours of practice. Our brains grow incrementally, a little each day, even as we sleep. Daily practice, even for 5 minutes, creates a habit, and we all know how deeply effective habits can be. As the music education pioneer Shinichi Suzuki put it, practice on the days that you eat. Actionable lesson 7. Pay attention immediately after you make a mistake. Most of us, when we make a mistake, we tend to ignore it. This is no good, because mistakes are the guides toward improvement. People who pay deeper attention to an error learn significantly more than those who ignore it. So, develop a habit of attending to your errors right away. Ask yourself, do I take this mistake seriously or personally? And what can I do next to improve? Actionable lesson 8. To learn from a book, close the book. Read 10 pages and then close the book and write their summary, or just say it aloud to yourself. Research shows that passively reading a book doesn't force you to figure out the key points, process, and organize those ideas so that they make sense. I know, what the heck? Actionable lesson 9. To choose the best practice method, use the reps gauge. There are too many practice methods. How do you identify the best one? Through the reps gauge. R. Reaching and repeating. E. Engagement. P. Purposefulness. S. Strong, speedy feedback. Does the practice have you operating at the edge of your ability, reaching and repeating? Is the practice immersive? Does it command your attention? Does it use emotion to propel you toward the goal? Does the task directly connect to the skill you want to build? Does the learner instantly receive a stream of accurate information about their performance, where they succeeded and where they made mistakes? When given a choice between 2 or more practice methods, pick the one with the most reps. Actionable lesson 10. Have a blue-collar mindset. From a distance, top performers seem to live charmed, comfortable lives. When you look closer though, you'll find that they spend vast portions of their lives intensively practicing their craft. Their mindset is 100% blue collar. They wake up in the morning and they go to work every day, whether they like it or not. I love this phrase. Inspiration is for amateurs. Actionable lesson 11. To learn it more deeply, teach it. When you communicate an idea to someone, you come to understand it more deeply yourself. Next time you see someone struggle, help them through it. You will improve your ability to deal with your own struggles too. The saying, those who can't do, teach, should be rewritten to, doers who teach, do better. Actionable lesson 12. When you get stuck, make a shift. We all know the feeling. You start enthusiastically with a new skill, you progress fast in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, those are called plateaus. That's when your brain achieves automaticity. You can perform a skill on autopilot without conscious thought. When it comes to developing talent, however, autopilot is the enemy. To get past the plateau, change your practice methods to disrupt your autopilot and build a faster, better circuit of learning.
Try forcing yourself to do a task faster than you normally would.
Or slow things down to highlight previously undetected mistakes. It doesn't matter which technique you use as long as you find a way to knock yourself out of autopilot. In conclusion, 12 actionable steps inspired by the Little Book of Talent. Actionable lesson 1. Steal without apology. Actionable lesson 2. Buy a notebook. Actionable lesson 3. Pick a high-quality mentor or coach. Actionable lesson 4. Before you start, figure out if it's a hard skill or a soft skill. Actionable lesson 5. Break down every move into chunks. Actionable lesson 6. Choose 5 minutes a day over an hour a week. Actionable lesson 7. Pay attention immediately after you make a mistake. Actionable lesson 8. To learn from a book, close the book. Actionable lesson 9. To use the best practice method, use the reps gauge. Actionable lesson 10. Have a blue-collar mindset. Actionable lesson 11. To learn it more deeply, teach it. Actionable lesson 12. When you get stuck, make a shift. For a free summary of the book, check out the link in the description. Over there you find more resources such as the link to the book itself, my favorite book, and Boris Johnson's ridiculous hair. I'm Tommy Darker and you are a rockstar. See you next week.